Why isn't there an equal push to punish people, entities that hire illegal immigrants? It's been my experience that if a problem just can't seem to get solved, someone is making money off of its existence. Maybe even making it worse. Because it's an open secret. We need them or 90% of our crops will die in the field as Americans won't do the job. They are critical to our economy. Because it's more politically convenient and acceptable to lock up immigrants and the poor as opposed to business owners and executives. It's same reason why cops lock up petty shoplifters but never go around investigating businesses for wage theft, which is much more prevalent. Demonizing and threatening illegal immigrants keeps them in a constant state of fear and isolation, creating a permanent underclass. That fear allows farms and businesses to exploit them by underpaying them, subjecting them to dangerous work conditions and otherwise abusing that power disparity. Illegal workers have no recourse because they are afraid rightly that if they don't keep their head down, they'll be imprisoned, separated from their children, abused and eventually deported. This is the model of immigration that Republicans want. They can pretend they have some kind of moral superiority while simultaneously subsidizing rich business owners and keeping those people in their place. Because the people doing the hiring usually have influence in their communities and donate to political parties. They are good people, if you don't look too closely. So of course they won't be punished. As usual, follow the money. Interestingly, in the Gang of Eight immigration reform bill, that was one of the reforms if passed. It would have required a verify from all employers. Right now, as of then, it was optional. Rich dudes hire them. The rules are made by rich dudes. The ones that work are not the problem. Yeah, welcome to racism and hypocrisy. In America, all crime is legal if you can pay the fee. They did that in Alabama a while back. It destroyed the agriculture industry. It's an open secret that we heavily rely on undocumented workers, such that we can't actually crack down on them, or else there are big consequences. So, instead, people just settle for abusing individual immigrants and calling it a day. Just take a look at Florida. Seriously, the construction sector and the farming sector, plus tourism sector is on the verge of collapse with their crackdowns. Illegal migrant work is the backbone of the U.S. economy. They take all the jobs no one else will. The backbreaking, subhuman jobs that make the entire system work. And the politicians, or most of them, and the business owners both freaking know it. The people who hire undocumented workers have lobbyists. The profit motive always wins out. I asked a farmer how they got around paying illegal immigrants. They hire a single guy who is here legally and tell them that they will pay him a set amount of money for each field. Then don't ask how he's going to pick it. If anyone gets in trouble, it'll be the legal immigrant who hired the illegal immigrants. It's a nice 12 FU to the system. Oh, and this farmer's wife always drive Mercedes-Benz because to write a car off on your farm subsidy it must be 4-wheel drive. And Mercedes are all-wheel drive. And our tax dollars subsidize this. When is corporate America ever punished? For the same reason people blame immigrants for everything instead of the top 1% who hoard all the wealth. People are stupid. The people who hire immigrants have money, and therefore friends in the government. Immigrants generally do not. Making employers responsible for verifying a prospective employee's immigration status was attempted during the Clinton administration. It was opposed and ultimately defeated by, surprise, surprise, Republicans claiming any verification requirements by employers was too much of a burden on businesses. The anti-immigrant push comes directly from the people who hire immigrants. Take rights away from minorities equals they are more vulnerable equals they are less likely to talk back or cause trouble equals they are more likely to accept lower pay. Especially if it means you won't deport them equals more money for you. The capitalist class is dependent on cheap migrant labor because workers without rights are easily exploitable, and they instigate culture wars between different demographics of workers to keep them distracted from who the real villain is and to avoid workers waging class warfare on the capitalist class. And our government is beholden to corrupt lobbyists, so there's no incentive to change because that's where the money is, and money lining their pockets is the bottom line. Because they don't really want illegal immigration to go away. The politicians need it as a political lightning rod, and the businesses need the cheap labor.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.